This is a quick tutorial on how to add tables and populate tables using SQL and MS Access. So to begin, we're going to create a query design, and again, we're using a later version of Access here. This version is 2013, but it also would work similar to this in 2010. Close the Show Table window, and then open up the SQL View window. And then go to your text document and highlight the Create Table text that's in that document and paste it into the query window, the SQL query window. And when you run this query, you're going to get an error that says syntax error, create table. The reason why you're getting this error is because float, which is what you see right here, is not a valid data type in MS Access. If you look here, this gives you a list of the SQL data types for Microsoft Access, and float is not one of them. So since we know that balance is currency, we can use the currency command instead. So I'm going to replace float with currency and then run the command again. And now we have a table customer. When I open the table, you can see that all the headings are here intact. Okay, so now let's start populating this table. The quickest way to do this is, probably a good idea to save this query. That way, if you need to go back and check the commands that you put in here, you can do that. So I'm going to click Save, and I'm going to call it Customer Table, and then click OK. So now, if I want to view this, I'll close this query, and if I want to view the query, I can just simply right-click it, Design View, and it has that information right there. Okay, it's a good habit to get into sometimes. You don't have to do that for every one of your queries, but it's not a bad idea to save some of them. Okay, so now let's start populating this customer table with data. So we're going to create another query from Design and close the Show Table window, SQL View, and back to our text document. And one of the problems with creating or using SQL and Access is that it only allows one line of data at a time. So we're unfortunately going to have to do this one at a time. So just copy this line and paste it, run the query, and then it's going to ask you that, or tell you that you're about to append one row. Click Yes. Now what I do is I just use the same query to do each one of these. Copy and paste each row and run it. Select Yes, and continue to do that until all of your rows are inserted into the table. As you can see, this is a little time consuming, but unfortunately there's no quicker way to do this unless you were using a different SQL database. We have 4 more. And then the last one. Now when we open up the customer table, you can see that it's imported all of these. Now because we used currency as the data type for customer balance, you can see the $ and the decimal, and everything you have is there. You got the customer's last name, first name, their initial. Some of them don't have initials, but it's not must contain a value. Okay, not null, so it's okay not to have a value there. An area code for each and a phone number. If you put your cursor between each field and double click, you can expand the field size so that you can see all of the headings completely. So that's how you create a table and import data into a table using SQL View and Microsoft Access. Thanks for watching.